Hello, good day and welcome to Newer TV again, and this is Dr. Zoma Mubani coming to you with our FICAP scrolls. Today we'll be discussing overactive bladder and its management. Overactive bladder is what we colloquially call the gotta go. Gotta go just means that your bladder wants to go and it wants to go now, it doesn't listen to you and you're not telling. Prior to developing overactive bladder, one was usually able to communicate, albeit unconsciously, with their bladder when they do get an urge to go, that they're not quite in the right place, so relax, when I get to the right place, I'm gonna go. But when one develops overactive bladder, that channel of communication between our bladder nerves and our central micturition center in the pons sometime is lost. The bladder nerves, quote unquote, goes rogue. So they contract to tell you that they want to go, and they keep firing until that bladder contracts and contracts and actually goes. And generally when it's early, you might be going to the bathroom and you can't pull your pants fast enough. And as it develops, it might not even let you get to the bathroom. As you alight from the bed, it's coming. So that is called urgency with urgency incontinence and overactive bladder. Is that happening to you? And if it's happening to you, that there is a lot of help. Now, an overactive bladder can also occur as a result of uncontrolled diabetes, Parkinsonism, and some other disease conditions that may affect the nerves of the bladder and how they function. Should we find out that you have those problems, controlling those diseases will actually revert the problem and give you a more functional bladder. But most importantly, 90% of overactive bladders actually occur idiopathically. That means that they don't have any known cause to it. And most patients just tend to put on a pad and walk around. But one thing I'll let you know is that that pad will keep increasing in size until it transforms into a diaper. Because as everything else that I've told you so far, overactive bladder has a one-way track, which is worse. So should you be experiencing overactive bladder, come on in, because there are things we can do to help you. We'll start by talking about your lifestyle, talking about things you eat and drink that may actually kind of irritate the bladder the more. So think about it like your bladder nerves are contracting, wanting to bladder to go, and then you eat things that are secreted through your kidneys into the urine that further irritate the bladder and even worsen how you feel and the symptoms. These include caffeines and caffeinated drinks and other things that have caffeine in them, and some medications also irritate the bladder. We'll discuss all that and we'll get all that out of the way. And if your symptoms persist, then it's time for us to do again the bladder management and work up things that will help elucidate exactly what your bladder is going through and why your bladder is leaking. That will include some cystoscopies, urodynamic testings, bladder ultrasound, and anything else I might deem necessary to find out what is happening to you, and then plan your treatment. Should I narrow it down to a true urgency incontinence plus or minus overactivity of the bladder, and you've never been treated before, we'll start you on medications that act on the substances produced by the nerves to the bladder to either upregulate their relaxation or downregulate the contraction. I'll discuss all that with you when I come into the room with you to tell you what we need to do to get you started and hopefully get your symptoms under better control. Should you have tried all these things in the past and yet your symptoms persist or even worsen, you might be a candidate for third and fourth level treatments for overactive bladder that I will discuss in my next video, which actually involves neuromodulation of the nerves that go to the bladder, either peripherally or centrally. So with overactive bladder, there's a lot we can do to get you the life back, so you can go to the movies and not walk out of the movies 3 times before the movie is over. And also, it will help you to run around with your grandkids without constantly finding a bathroom. Go on road trips without getting all the people mad around and with you in the car because you have to stop every 15 minutes to pee. It essentially, if untreated, could shut you in your life, and nobody wants that, because we all want to live our fullest as we grow into our golden ages. So come on into newer world and we will get you back on your life if you're suffering with symptoms of overactive bladder. Thank you, and see you at my next video series. And bye.